because I would just, that's what I would do.
Oh, okay. I mean, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. So, how's everyone doing?
Word.
Everyone? Oh,
Yeah.
Mookie's word. How are you, Nessa? Don't want to talk to us very well.
I'm good. I'm sorry, I'm dashing right now because I gotta make some money, so I'm out here dashing. I'm about to finish. I'm dropping off my last stuff, and I'm done for tonight.
Dashing through the snow on a one-horse open sleigh.
Hey, that's funny because I'm working too.
Word. Mookie.
So you decided to sing.
She said dashing. I didn't have any other dashing reference that popped in my head. It really was like that's where I got.
It's the main song that pops up whenever somebody's like, "What are you doing?" I say, "I'm dashing," and that's the song they start singing. I'm like, really?
What are we eating, brother? It looks tasty.
It wasn't.
Why did you sound like Sam Jackson from Pulp Fiction right then?
It
was a compliment.
I don't know.
They forgot my goddamn toddler.
Oh man. Yeah. So welcome to the No Filter podcast. Hope everyone is good and being festive and enjoying their I don't know. Can I really call this a holiday?
No.
Since holla part of holiday is holy, but based on the country we live in, they treat this shit like it's religious.
Okay, I'm with you. All right, go ahead. You can go right down that road. I'll follow you. I'm coming. I'm right behind you, bro. Keep going.
It's an interesting thing, man. I mean, it's not fully outside yet. It's 7:45. That means, the town that we live in hasn't begun to trigger their neighbors' PTSD just yet. I'm pretty sure it's coming.
They've been doing it for 3 days where I live.
I mean, I've seen them, but I mean, it's not in rapid succession. They got to save some for the day. I'm aware of that. So yeah, there's some folks out there, everybody doing their thing. Clearly I'm not doing my thing. I'm adamantly opposed. Like, so don't get me wrong. So I need everybody to understand, right? I personally appreciate the fact I was born into this particular country so I could have the foul opinions that I have about the country and things of this nature. So I'm not sitting here like relinquishing my citizenship or anything like that. But I do recognize that, in 1776, the folks that I come from wasn't quite independent, so to speak. They was more like cattle, like hold up, what was that? What's that new word? There's some shit in Texas they're trying to push. They don't want to call it the S word no more. I'm gonna say the S word, right?
What the fuck? It was
hold on.
It was mandatory.
Involuntarily relocated.
Get the fuck out of here.
I see that shit. I got off the phone when I see that shit. I was like, well, that's enough internet news for me. I'm going to wrap that shit up. I was like, wow.
I can't fucking breathe. Involuntarily relocate. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So my people were still involuntarily relocated in 1776.
Oh, yo, I was weak. Texas is wild. It was so wild. Texas is wild. I was like, holy shit. Mm-mm-mm. Jesus. Involuntarily relocated. What? What? Oh my God. Texas, y'all wild. Let's throw that out there. Y'all can say whatever the fuck y'all want. Y'all want for this is wild.
I mean, but really, is it Texas? Is it really just Texas? See,
No.
I don't pretend to believe that. I believe Texas is like a magnified version of what the rest of the United States really is. Like maybe not in practice completely, but you know how like if you look and then like if you're looking at something from a distance, you can't see the detail. But then when you get a scope or something to magnify it, that's what Texas is. You can see the individual details of exactly what's being said. Because I mean, you got folks out here talking about how like CRT is problematic and all types of other things, and you know they feel how they feel.
So Texas says what everybody wants to say. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I don't think they not saying it either. I think this Texas is just like boom, it happens, and then you know it's a Texas thing, and then it's a world thing.
It's like Florida. It's like Florida, man.
Well, Florida's crazy.
They're everywhere, but you only hear about it in Florida.
Yeah, like you know, these motherfuckers out here eating people and shit because Florida's off the chain. So that's a whole nother issue. Yeah, so that's kind of what today's topic is gonna be about. We're gonna talk about this piece of paper, this Declaration of Independence, so to speak. There are things happening outside the home.
Already?
Okay, so right.
Hey, if this that motherfucker across the street again, I'm coming.
I started out with a small caliber weapon, but I have now graduated to the AR pistol platform because I was unaware of exactly what it is, but now I'm about to put them back because it felt weird that it was. I felt like it was getting closer, but then I had to remember what it was today. I don't know what that is. Yeah, it's cool.
Sorry, this time this is one thing I can't even chuckle. Like just fucked up.
No, that's cool. Yeah. I'm good. Yeah, so what do we know about this declaration? I'm asking. Like
everybody signed it at the bottom.
That's what we know about it.
Everybody signed it at the bottom. Everybody signed
that's how we film it.
Yeah. You know what my real question is how did they win?
How did they what?
How did they win?
By stealing.
But even steal? Like you fought a military with some. It's just weird. It's like the whole concept, like it wasn't supposed to happen.
What are you talking about? We watched Star Wars.
Oh my god.
Touche. Well played. Touche. I can't. You now.
You're
that
right.
Actually made sense. I couldn't refute the argument. You're right.
You know how hard it is to beat a fucking group of rebels fighting using guerrilla warfare on their own land. Like, yeah, you know how difficult that would be.
That's true.
from some large empire, miles away, like supply lines, you name it, like shit the fuck off, buddy. Like,
No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
but you put your troops down, and yeah, but your supplies don't come from here, partner. This is a war of attrition. We gonna win, and you don't know the terrain. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a whole nother group involved in the process that taught them, the terrain and what to eat, where not to go, and things of this nature. They don't really get credit for any of it, but
that's neither.
Yeah, like by the time this shit pops off, shit is real. Yeah. Yeah, we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men were created equal, that endowed by their creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuits, except for you niggers. Because that had to be in parentheses. I'm just gonna assume it was in parentheses. What are you looking around, bro?
I know, Mookie, you not the one to think that wasn't really what they meant. Please don't tell me. No. Because that's exactly what the fuck they meant. Oh, look, there's a window.
Just looking at this piece of cardboard. Continue with your whatever. Keep going. Keep going.
I mean, I was really, so like real shit. So clearly, this has always been a really interesting document to me. So much so that it is bathroom reading material. Yeah, like
sure it's not bathroom using material. I'm sorry.
I'm positive. Like back in the day, remember how prior, because we're all old enough to remember. So prior to cell phones and the internet, going to the bathroom, which you'd have to look under the cabinet and read the labels and shit.
You're done.
To keep yourself
in
the bathroom.
Move on.
Oh, I can't move on. I'm making a point. So I actually have a replica Declaration of Independence.
Did you still have that?
Framed in my bathroom?
God.
Do you still have it?
Yes. Right. Like it's like a large actual copy, like with the signatures and the whole shebang, framed in the bathroom. Right. Like, because it's reading material. Like, I think when company comes over, they should be, introduced to this piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
This shit is right here. Like this shit, this is where you shit. So this is where the shit is. Yeah, like it's a curious thing. Yeah. I mean, it's like I don't people don't know much about the Declaration of Independence. I've realized that people don't know much about the Bill of Rights or the Articles of Confederation. Just in general, I've learned that a lot of these things are just talking points for people. It's like, oh, we know it exists, but I've never actually read the words to it. And now we're in a distinctly different generation, because I know, like, I'm pretty sure when I went to school, so I don't know when they stopped it, because y'all not that much younger, but you remember you had to study this shit, like literally study this, and now that's not the case. Like, right? Yeah, like now people just assume that we've always had all of these, where they kind of skip over the whole fight, 50 years ago for civil rights. You start talking about this declaration, where everybody's supposed to declare their independence from quote unquote this foreign power that has never been anything but an ally unless we were fighting one another. Found it to be curious. Just saying.
This is a true testament that white people don't like being told what to do.
But I don't, you know what? I'm not necessarily saying that, right? Because okay, so we understand that America was founded ultimately on capitalism, right? Like, so we get that. Like, this was the money pot. This was a place where there were infinite resources, and those resources were used once upon a time to fund a larger government in Britain. And once they realized that that's NASA. Once they realized that there was some the money, that's like if I send you, so like we start a company, right? Well, I start a company and you work for me and you're a little bro. So everything you're doing is for the furtherance of the company. And then you realize, well, wait, I'm doing the work. So I want to be seen as my own entity. And I'm like, yeah, no, fuck that. And you're like, but I'm grown now and I want to be Mookie Incorporated. And I'm like, no, we are de-incorporated. And you're like, no. no. And I'm like, well, you're gonna do what the fuck I say. And then you're like, but make me. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna make you. And then I come, and because I had to come from so far away, I'm hungry. I'm like, oh my God, I can't continue to fight no more because I'm starving to death. And my brother's like, yeah, you should take your ass back home and give me my respect. And then I'm like, okay. And then you make the declaration of Mookie. And then we continue to do business the same way we've been doing business forever. And then every time a global conflict happens, me and you jump on everybody consistently. Like if you get into some beef, I'm there. I got you. If I get into some beef, you're there. You got me. So the only time we ever have any conflict is really some internal shit. But other than that, anybody got something to say, we just jumping on these motherfuckers off top. That's kind of what, it's kind of what the paperwork says. Like, you have to give me 90% of what you're making. You're like, nah, bro. This got to be a 60-40 split. And I'm like, no. We established this. You getting? I think you greedy. Well, I don't give a fuck what you think. I'm over here doing the work. And then, for the rest of history, we both just shit on everybody else. And we go around and wreak havoc on everybody else. I like it. Yep.
That's how you feel?
Yeah.
Sounds pretty accurate, actually.
I mean, I would love to say like there's some larger misunderstood plot point, but it's really straightforward. It's a pretty straight, it's pretty straight line. Like I'm not even jumping out the window with the conclusion.
Like it is what it is.
I have to go check and see what Luke is doing. He sounds like he's flipping now.
I thought that.
Yeah, I didn't know what that. I was going to say the same thing. I didn't know what the fuck was happening, but you need to go look at that.
Couldn't blame me this time.
I was like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Ain't nobody really blaming you. We just let you be the sweet one until you speak, and then we find out you're not.
I'm not.
We know.
I am, but I'm not.
No, you can be sweet. Let's put it this way. You know what you are? You like one of them pan dulces from Mexico. You could be sweet, but every once in a while you get one and it's not as sweet as you thought it was.
Really? You had to go to pan dulce?
Sorry, it's true.
Wait, what did you say? Did he just say facts?
Who you talking to? Me?
Me?
Yeah.
No, nobody said facts.
Nobody said nothing.
Oh.
Jesus.
Wow. Okay. See what I mean? Pan dulce. That's exactly what I meant too.
A sour patch.
Angry for no damn reason.
Just mad at
I'm not
whatever.
mad.
I know
I'm
you're
not
not,
mad.
but it's still funny. Don't start with me,
tired.
Nessa. I know you
I'm
are.
tired, but nah, I'm not mad. You know, well, I am. I'm not mad. I'm upset.
You want to talk about it?
Yes, I'm gonna talk about it
Okay,
because
go.
I knew this was gonna happen. Like I had it in my every 4th of July, like almost every 4th of July, my daughter goes with her dad, and for some freaking reason, I always have to end up going to go get her because he gets into some kind of fucking drama. And
Isn't this the normal for them though?
No,
for
I
him?
feel like if you and your partner, your wife or husband, whichever it may be, are having issues and you're having your child for 2 weeks because of summer break, if you're having issues, let that, say something. Don't fucking wait until I drove an hour and a half in the morning so she can go with him, and he drove an hour and a half. And then for me to be in the middle of doing a DoorDash order where I couldn't even fucking leave because I'm in line and I'm stuck, her calling me crying because him and his fucking wife are fucking fighting. And then the wife is like, I'm calling the cops on you. And then so my daughters are freaking out, and it's like, you know what? I'm on my way to go pick her up. So I drove fucking 3 hours last night to go get my fucking daughter because I was not about to let her stay there and go through that bullshit and see her dad possibly go to jail for whatever fucking reason was going on over there. Again, if there's a problem between parents or husband, or, whatever the situation may be, leave the kid out of it. Like, don't drag my daughter into y'all's drama so she can fucking sit there and be scared and not know what's gonna happen. So I drove 3 fucking hours, got there around 3 o'clock. Well, first I met him in one spot. I got there at 2 o'clock, and then I still had to drive to his house to go get her stuff because he left with her without grabbing her stuff. And so I had to drive another hour to go get her stuff because her medicine was in her luggage. So then to drive back home, like I had to pull over, sleep at the gas station to get some rest so I can be okay. Slept for like almost 3 hours to drive back home this morning just to be here. Like, and it's fucking ridiculous. Like, leave your fucking drama. Leave the kids out of the fucking drama. Just leave it. Now she's not gonna want to ever go back to her fucking dad's house, and I'm not gonna make her go because it's not her fault.
I agree with your assessment.
There, like, people need to like get your shit together. Like, fuck, she's fucking 8 years old and she's going to fucking trauma because her dad and his wife want to sit there and fucking argue and fight over little bullshit. Apparently, according to him, because I was 10 minutes late meeting him in the morning so she can go with him. When this motherfucker is always fucking late and I don't say shit. Like, I kind of wish the bitch would tell me something, but she's not gonna fucking tell me something. Okay, I'm done.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm done.
Because if you
I'm
got
good.
more, this is the space for it.
You good?
No, I'm good. I just had
It's a
to let
safe
that one out.
space. You're safe here. You can talk about whatever you need to.
Like shit.
I'm sorry you got to deal with that shit. I know it's got to be hard.
To be honest, it's not. I don't. It's not for I'm more concerned for my daughter than for me. Like, when she called, it broke my fucking heart when she called me crying, and she's in the room, and she's scared, and she doesn't know what to do, and the only thing she has in there with her was their damn dog, and his name is Germ, and this little motherfucker is one ugly ass dog, but she loves the damn dog. What? I don't know.
Okay, I'm with Mookie on that one. Maybe that might be chuckle worthy.
What, the dog?
Yeah.
I don't know why. It was just it was like that's the ugly ass dog, ugliest dog I ever seen in the world, but she loves him.
It is. I even took a picture of this motherfucker. Like, he is so fucking
Oh my
ugly.
god, you got to change your photo to that dog's picture so we can see it.
No, hell no.
Oh, after all this,
Fine. Let's see if I can do it.
I have faith in you. I know you can.
No, I'm not smart. I'm not a smart person.
Oh my god.
Let's see.
Hanging in the background.
Wait, can I just put it into the chat? It says chat.
Nobody can see the chat but us.
Okay.
But I tell you what, if you put it in the chat, I will change my photo to it. Because I can do it real fast because I'm on my computer because I'm working on something for work.
And I'll be singing in the background.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Okay, y'all can carry on about something else.
But
Like,
this is the topic
don't wait
now.
for me. Huh?
Until D gets back, this is the topic now.
Where'd he go?
Okay,
What you
good.
talking about?
He's been here for a minute.
I was just confirming my suspicions.
Singing in the background.
I was letting y'all do what y'all was doing. I mean, y'all could have been talking about the Declaration of Independence or Independence Day, but that
What the hell for, man? Ain't nobody really independent. We're not. I mean, the country thinks it's independent, but we're not. And we all know it.
we don't know that.
Okay.
Did it pop up?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
I feel like how did
Everybody's
wait.
quiet.
I know. I'm thinking about what D said, and he's like, we don't know that. And I'm like, that's what we were just talking about.
What are you talking about?
We don't know what.
The independence thing, that we're not really independent, and we know that.
What do you mean when you say we are not independent? What do you mean,
Like
sir?
you and I, we are not. We are. Oh my god.
Isn't that an ugly dog?
But why exactly do you apply the Declaration of Independence to individual people?
Well, the Declaration of Independence was only written for white men who owned property.
That pretty sure that's the Constitution, but the Declaration of Independence was expressly and specifically drafted to declare the political interest of the United States of America as a sole entity in and of itself. It has zero to do with people per se.
Okay.
Like it speaks to it. Like the unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America. When in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. That's the first part of it. Before you get to the we hold these truths to be self-evident. Like the fact that that part gets skipped over and most folks start at we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. You're forgetting that the first part is it's a political declaration that we not finna be up under you.
Okay.
Yeah. So to include, just so everyone listening, we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its power in such form as to them shall seem like most likely to affect their safety and happiness. I'm not, you know what? This sounds like the reason rebellions are started. And I just got finished watching Rogue One, so I'm not going to keep going down that road because people may incite to violence in the streets and begin to feel like the governing power that oversees us, that only has power because we give them power, which is what that just said, doesn't treat us well. And I don't want anyone to go down that road.
You kept going though.
Conform.
You kept going though.
Conform. Assimilate into the system. Do not rebel.
That's what I do.
Slaves, obey your earthly masters.
Exactly. Yeah. 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 That way I don't have to worry about it. Let other people tell me what to do.
We are me and Mookie are telling you this as 6/10 of That's how you feel, bro.
Good night, everybody.
You know what? Fuck it. You're right.
Good night.
It is. Yes.
We're done. We're gonna go ahead. Good night. Good night, everybody.
Wait, what I missed? Because I had to run to the bathroom.
It's all good.
It's over.
Right?
We're done.
It is pretty much.
Yeah,
that was a
we're
lot,
done.
right?
Yeah,
That was a lot.
That was a bit much, and we're gonna go ahead and get on up out of here. Hey, like, subscribe, don't like, don't follow. I don't even know what to tell you motherfuckers no more. It is what it is. So, we'll be back Thursday. We're done. We're done.